now we'll go for this buyback. Buyback you can do out of either free reserves or securities premium or proceeds of the fresh issue. Proceeds of the fresh issue means what? You are going to give preference shares, not equity shares. You are going to give preference shares to buy back the equity shares because you have enough reserves, but all the reserves are locked in the form of assets. Because if you have a reserve, obviously you will be having parallel assets. So I have reserves, but I don't have enough money today to buy back. So I will issue some new shares. With that money, I will buy back the equity shares. After buyback, I will create nominal value of the shares bought back. I will create CRR. This CRR, capital redemption reserve, will be used for what? Issuing bonus shares. Fully paid up bonus shares. So by passing board resolution, how much percentage buyback can be done? 10 percentage. Okay, by passing more than 10 percentage if you want a buyback, by passing special resolution in the general meeting, more than 10 up to 25 percentage, up to 25. Beyond 25 it is called as what? It is called as reduction of capital. You need NCLT's approval. Okay. Then we are now going to compromise and arrangement. Section 230. Compromise arrangement may be between the company and its creditor or any class of them. See, there are two things you have to do compromise. Section, see, I'm not going by sentence. I will tell the overall structure, okay? Section 230 has two things. Compromise to be done with creditors and compromise to be done with members. Okay, we can also say internal reconstruction, external reconstruction, okay? External reconstruction means amalgamation and mergers. Internal reconstruction means you are making some compromise, basically. So, yeah. So, we will say two things. That is called arrangements and this is called compromise. We can understand like that, okay? So, internal reconstruction, we will say compromise, okay, with these people. We know our creditors, we know our shareholders, okay? And external reconstruction means mergers and amalgamation, which another third party company is going to be involved. So, what we have to do, either say for example debt restructuring with banks, CDR mechanism, which has approval needed from say consortium of banks and RBI. And first of all, we will frame a scheme along with the bankers. Then we will get special resolution. Okay. Now we will go to NCLT and ask them, NCLT, we need one approval from you. We are going for a scheme of arrangement. With your permission, we are going to conduct one meeting whereby in your supervision this meeting will be conducted. In that meeting, we need, okay, the company needs how much? 51 percentage majority in numbers, having 75 percentage in share value. You have to vote in favor. This is called as special majority. Only in this section this kind of majorities happen. Okay, that means what? Majority in numbers. Okay, 3/4 in value. Both have to approve the scheme. Okay, once this scheme is approved, it is done. Okay, compromise arrangement is done. But before that, some people can even object the scheme. How much people can object the scheme? In case before happening of the scheme, we have to give the scheme. Okay, to notice to the shareholders. We have to give, 5% of the debt holders, 10% of the shareholders. Okay, in value, they can even object the scheme so that the scheme has to be modified also. Understood? This is section 230. Okay, what kind of climax we can happen? One is variation of voting rights. This 5% of debt holder and debt holders, creditors. In value, right? In value. Okay. Okay. Now next, see, we have to keep in mind two things. What is the climax of this chapter? Okay, that section 230 climax is either the debt will be converted into equity. Okay. Then variation of the voting rights. Then compromise. Some creditors say instead of say 100 rupees, I will give only 70 rupees to you. Balance, I will give some equity to you. Kind of some compromise will be arranged. That's the climax. See, once the order is passed by NCLT, it is binding on all the people. Also keep in mind the accounting standard has to be followed. Okay. Next, section 232. Section 232 talks about some takeovers, etc. Okay, so here were the external arrangements, okay, takeovers, amalgamation, those things. Here we need one important case law which says Dowcaster versus Amalgamated Collieries Limited. Dowcaster Amalgamated Collieries Limited says employees are not furniture and fixers. So if employees want to go out, see, basically you will value your employees also when one new company is going to take over you. Okay, so the ratios fixed along with the employees. So the scheme of transfer not only for the assets, but it will also have scheme of transfer for the employees. If employees are not interested, they have to be given retrenchment compensation. This is the highlight of this point. Okay, employees are not furniture and fixtures. This is the point. So obviously same 3/4 in value and more than 50% in number both have to approve for this scheme of amalgamation also. Then mergers and amalgamation between certain companies. Section 233. This is very simple. When the holding company is going to get amalgamated with the wholly owned subsidiary. Okay, holding company is going to get amalgamated with wholly owned subsidiary. This scheme can be done. Or when two small companies is going to get merged, this scheme can be done. What is small company? Small company means a private limited company which has paid up capital less than or equal to 50 lakhs and turnover less than or equal to 2 crores. So if two small companies is going to get merged, you can use 233. Also, please understand what is the difference between 232 and 233. 232 or 230 is the mandatory things for everyone, but 233 is available for only these two companies. Which are the two companies? Holding with wholly one subsidiary and two small companies. Okay, this is very simple. You need not even go to NCLT for happening of the meetings. You can do just by having 90 percentage approval. So if creditors and members having 90 percentage value, if they approve, this can be done. Section 230 also says that NCLT's governing monitoring meeting can be dispensed with if 90% of the shareholders and creditors agreed. That is one proviso, but this paper doesn't have that point. Okay. Now, before finalizing or before climax, all this NCLT order to be filed with ROC also within 30 days. Okay. So then only the order will get affected. So companies of Indian companies can also merge with foreign companies. Okay. So it is not just only two Indian companies to be merged. Indian company can also merge with foreign company. Vice versa can also be done. Only thing is keep in mind RBI permission, FEMA permission, etc. That's all. Then, yeah. Then dissenting shareholders. What is dissenting shareholders? Dissenting shareholders means, okay, for example, say 75% of the people agreed. Some people didn't agree. They are called dissenting shareholders. Tomorrow, you cannot say, since you are not agreed at that point of time, I will give something very less compared to others. You cannot say like that. For example, yesterday in the meeting, if you agreed, I could have given the same amount what I'm going to give to those people. Yesterday you didn't agree, correct? Now anyway the scheme is passed, so you have to say okay only. You don't have any other choice. Now I'm saying I'm not going to give the same value which I'm going to yesterday. I'm going to give you very less value compared to given those people who said yes yesterday. Can you do like that? No, it becomes oppression. So you should not do. You should treat these people also par with them. Then saving the minority class. Okay. Now, if say majority people purchased from the minority people at very less rate before transferring to the transferee company. That means you are minority, I am majority. Now I decided to sell this company to some other person. Okay, so that person, that X person is called transferee. I am the, yeah. We are in transfer company. If majority person acquired from the minority person at very less rate compared to the rate which I am selling to the transferee company, then you are getting affected, right? Minority people are getting affected, right? So to safeguard you, the act says whatever the difference rate between the majority people sold to the transferee company and whatever the rate at which the majority people bought from the minority, that compensation has to be given to the minority. Okay, next, preservation of the books of accounts. You have to preserve the books of accounts. See, in section 128, generally, you have to preserve the books of accounts under for a period of 8 years in the Companies Act. How many years? 8 years. 8 years. But in after amalgamation, there is nothing called 8 years or 2 years or 3 years. Till central government permission is given, you have to preserve the books of accounts. Okay, so there is no fixed given here. So with this, we complete compromise and arrangement also. Okay? Done.